Hello, my name is Rachel Park, and this is my pre-departure for South Africa study abroad expectations video. So I want to run through some of our learning outcomes for this trip and kind of comment on my expectations as far as those go and what I look forward to. The first learning outcome is to identify and evaluate key behavioral characteristics of exotic animals in relation to the animal's habitat and external influences. Um, to me, being aware of behavior of animals is really important because by being familiar and observing animals' normal behavior, you're better equipped to understand when something abnormal is happening among your animals, and you're able to pick up on even subtle changes in behavior, which is really important as learn cues. So, additionally, behavior observation can be a key component of animal welfare studies. Because of this, I've been really fortunate to have gained behavioral observation experience over my last few years here at Ohio State. Behavior can be observed in a variety of manners, from scan sampling to continuous and live observation and scan and video observation. I'm excited for this opportunity to see animals that I've not previously been able to work with in their natural environment and to observe and become familiar with behaviors that may differ from the livestock I've previously been able to work with. I think this will be a really great opportunity, something in the field that I haven't experienced before. Um, Learning outcome number two is to characterize the challenges and opportunities of managing exotic animal populations in relation to society expectations, competing domestic species, government policy, and cultural perspectives. Besides the materials that I've read from the internet and in certain classes, I've not been previously exposed to a lot of these topics. This may be one of the things I'm most looking forward to on the trip because it'll bring a new understanding about topics I'm not very familiar with. I'm interested to learn about their culture and how they view the exotic animal populations. I also hope to do a little bit of my own background information research before I head over there. I'm kind of a little bit of a political science nerd or history nerd sometimes. So I'm interested in how their culture and their government works in relation to the welfare of their animals. The third learning outcome would be to identify and explain the intrinsic and extrinsic factors that influence health and well-being of exotic species and the scientific approaches used to address exotic animal health issues. This is also an area of our trip that will be interesting and new to me. While I've had some experiences with working with exotic species in the United States, I've not been exposed to or become familiar with various health issues that they've been exposed to. I imagine treatment may be similar in these situations to extensive farming environments, and I'm kind of recalling a little bit on our experience and the lecture that was presented in our 2400 class by our Australian guest speaker. This will be interesting because I think among exotic species, there's a little bit of an ethical component to the treatment, especially when these are species that are in the wild, such as like, is it our place to interfere and treat these animals, or is it a neglect on our part as human beings if we turn a blind eye when we have knowledge and medicine that could possibly help save a life? So I'm really excited for possible like discussions and group opinions on that matter. And then our fourth and final learning outcome is to appreciate the diversity, complexity, and value of alternative exotic animal management approaches on animals and their surroundings. So I'm really excited to just be in country in South Africa and embrace what they have to offer us. So while I do like, as I imagine other people do, to compare and contrast with our systems in the United States, and though I feel that's important for to understand the differences, I also hope to leave some of my expectations or preconceived notions in the Columbus airport when we leave so that I can really experience what their culture prefers as far as management is concerned. And I also look forward to the possible opportunity to meet researchers or students in their country who have ideas on how to improve or change their systems for the better. Thank you.